Okay, so this is going to be like a sample overview of how to set up your grid and how to activate it. So what you're going to need are the stones that are involved with making your grid and its intent. So this grid is going to be used for prosperity and success. So the stones that I've gathered for that are some raw peridot and some raw citrine. Now the green color of the peridot kind of represents money, success, business. Other stones that you could use for that would be green aventurine. You could use that. You could use jade. Jade is a really good stone to use for success in business. The citrine represents the warm, sunny feeling of success, and a lot of people use citrine for business ventures, so we're going to use this raw citrine. So we have those stones available. We'll also need a center stone, and I'm going to use a quartz crystal, and then we're going to use a natural quartz wand as our wand activator once we set our grid up. So before I start my grid, I always take the center stone, and that's that quartz crystal, in both hands, and we're going to put a prayer of intent into the quartz crystal. So we're going to program this quartz crystal to please assist us in bringing energies of prosperity and success to any business venture that we decide to become engaged in. And so now that quartz crystal is programmed with the electromagnetic intent of pulling positive, money drawing, prosperous energy into this grid. Another thing that you can do is you could like put a $100 bill underneath your quartz crystal in the middle of the grid, or you could put pictures of things that represent success and money, like a new house or a new car. So we're going to place our programmed quartz crystal in the middle of this geometric grid shape, and then what we're going to do is to place these stones that we've designated to represent prosperity and success in a clockwise fashion throughout the grid design. Now, if you're just starting out and you don't have very many gemstones, and you can't put one gemstone on each circle of this grid, you could possibly just put the quartz crystals or your citrine in key element positions of your grid, like that. You wouldn't necessarily have to fill each of those places. What we're going to do with ours today, since we're using two different stones, is place them in alternate positions throughout the grid so that we have both money attracting and business attracting energies of the raw peridot and the raw citrine. So since I have the bigger chunks of citrine, we're going to start with those in a clockwise fashion, and we're going to place those in alternating positions on this grid. Okay? So raw peridot and citrine are going to be placed alternating throughout the grid, and that's going to even out all of the money drawing possibilities that this grid is going to be used for. Then what we're going to do is take the activator, and we're going to create an energy web that goes from the intent of the center crystal to the outside radius gemstones that are pulling in their energies. So what we're going to do is create an energetic web from this to the outer crystals and connect the two energies, and then the whole grid is just going to radiate that singular intent that we want to draw business and success into this grid. So we're going to start from the center, and draw that energy out to the citrine and back to the center, out to the peridot and back to the center. And we're going to use this to bring prosperity and good business into our lives. And we're creating an energy web between these gemstones. And so now they're going to communicate all of those qualities that we want to see happen in this grid. And so this is our prosperity grid example for you.